So we are very happy to be in Fountains Abbey. We've just explained Fountains means pen, so F-A-I-N-T-A-I-N-S, Fountains. Abbey, A-B-B-E-Y. Abbey is a monastery with an abbot, because they also have monasteries with a prior, P-R-I-O-R. But anyway, this is with an abbot. And an abbot is the same as Taiwanese Abba, Abba, or the Abba, Abu, Abba. Okay, so here we are. We are back again in Fountains Abbey. And you can, I was just explaining, I'll just have another shot, okay? Oh, there's no, I was just explaining the value. I'm going to get another one because this is not very good picture, you know. Okay, anyway, that's all right. Okay, so I was just explaining. It is very difficult for us to imagine that Europe, the present Europe that we know, depended entirely on these, more or less entirely, on the civilization which was brought by the Benedictines abbeys and the Benedictine monasteries. Who was Benedict? Well, we should have another program to describe Benedict, who he was, but very simply, Saint Benedict, because he founded this order, O-R-D, it means Ben Du Hui. And the man who did it was called Benedict. Benedict actually, because Benedict, B-E-N, good, dict, D-I-C-T, good talking. So, B-E-N, Benedict, to say good things. So that was his nickname, maybe. They gave him his name, Benedict. I can't remember what his real name was. Well, 忘记他的真正的名字，但是他是 Benedict. So Saint Benedict, 我们可以说是欧洲的好像的他们的父亲，他们的生父，全部the civilization of Europe came from Saint Benedict, because what happened was, first of all, Europe was conquered by Rome. 刚刚开始罗马侵略欧洲，但是罗马刚刚垮了，罗马光垮了，怎么办？天主教，只有天主教有系统，所以为1000多年，全部的欧洲，他们的文化、他们的修道院、他们的学校、他们的医学、他们的建筑的、他们的思想、他们的哲学，都是天主教。所以欧洲的好像国父的，这全部都是天主教啊，他怎么会有那么大的影响？本笃会 why? Because what happened was that you had the Romans conquered Europe, and they had a wonderful setup. 他们有一个很好的技术的， they had roads and they had bridges 啊，他们就很好的。但是他们走了，野蛮人来的 ，the barbarians arrived, B-A-R-B-A-R-I-A-N-S, barbarians. Why do we say barbarians? 因为八，你听一个人讲八，你听不懂讲什么哦 ，barbarian， 他们是野蛮人。中国人你很喜欢，你们都是野蛮人，啊，糟糕。But anyway, the barbarians came. The barbarians invaded Europe. And the Romans retreated. Gradually, Rome collapsed. 罗马帝国垮了，为什么垮了？因为不是天主设计的。只有一个帝国可以永远的是什么？天主教的帝国。天主教 only the Catholic Church is the only kingdom. 只有天主教就是天国可以永远的，因为耶稣来了，他说天国临近的。悔改天国临近的，天国是什么？天主教，天主教是这，所以 we see here, maybe you saw Henry VIII, he destroyed this place, 他灭这个地方。 我不要骂基督教，但是本来就是他们的基督教就这样的，他们把全部的英文变成那么，你可以看那么漂亮的那个地方有彩色玻璃，有农业的、科学的、图书馆啊，他们从那边出来的那些野蛮人得到文明，为什么？就是变成那个 Henry 八高，他开始生工会啊，他要钱，钞票。He wanted money, so he was in need of money. So he said, "Okay, this is a sitting duck, S-I-T-T-I-N-G, duck. What is a sitting duck? Sitting duck is S-I-T-I-N-G, duck, D-U-C-K. Well, if you're a hunter, if you are hunting ducks, 你知道 duck 是一个鸭，乌鸦，那个不是那个鸭是那个可以飘的嘛。If you see a duck, 如果你看一个鸭飘在水里面的，你要给它一个机会的飞，所以你说 OK duck 飞，你给它飞，因为你可以打它，好像给它一种，还是我不知道，就是他觉得比较公平的，你给它飞。但是如果那个鸭就是随便飘这样的，啊，那个他不知道发生什么事，啊，你有一个大枪把它打死的，但是 sitting duck。很简单的，就是说太简单的。如果那个鸭这么可以好像瞄嘛 boom， 但是如果是 flying duck， 如果the duck 它的也要飞，打不到。所以 this is for sitting duck. You can say Henry VIII saw these beautiful monasteries full of tapestries and libraries and lead and metal and huge land of fertile lands and flocks of sheep and cows, herds of cows and flocks of sheep and everything that you wanted. They were paradises because out of here, as we said, European civilization came from the Catholic Benedictine monasteries. 现在的欧洲的好处的全部的好处都是从天主教的本笃会的修道院进去的。你现在到欧洲去，到处的法国都有这样的东西，很漂亮的。And the problem was, so I'll show you another view. Okay, so you can see that this is crowds and crowds of crowds and crowds of tourists come here to. Crowds and crowds of tourists. They come here. Oh, okay. They come here and sort of goggling, you know. They come here to have a look at these staggering ruins. They're staggering. What does it mean, staggering? They're so beautiful. These ruins are so beautiful that you're staggering. If you walk like this, a young man, you walk strongly. But if you're a little drunk or you're very surprised, staggering, S-T-A-G-G-E-R-I-N-G, staggering views, you know, staggering, but staggering means 非常了不起有趣的东西。你看 this was all these beautiful monasteries, and they built hundreds of years ago, and out of here all the schools, 欧洲的学校，医学，小孩子、老人的福利的，都是从这个地方。So before the Benedictine monasteries were destroyed, there were no social problems. 没有社会的问题。为什么？他们跑到本笃会的那个贫穷的人，每一天在那个门口有几百的贫穷的人给他们吃的，他给他们付的。啊，那个医学他们也有医院的，啊，他们也有监狱里面很多东西都是从那边去。所以没有啊，当那个修道院被破坏了。开始问题了 nothing. So there was nothing. There's no schools, no hospitals, no all the welfare disappeared. So for about 100 years or more, everything was ruined. The whole thing was ruined. It's like this, you see. And gradually they began to build up some of these monasteries. For example, when I was 20 years old, I went to, in Scotland, a monastery like this, and we lived in these ruins. 我们住在这样的废墟，因为我们要把500年以前才复起来的， So some of these graduates, but anyway, at the moment, they are tourist attractions. Okay, so we'll have another view here. So you can see the masterpiece. Now, one of the reasons why, one of the reasons you could say this green. What is that green there? That is lichen, L-I-C-H-E-N. You know lichen. You know there's a Fr妹，对不对？好像有一种Fr妹。There's the lichen here. You see. So as we were saying originally, the Benedictines were top dogs. 本笃会就是第一名。But human beings have this problem. Some of them also became corrupt. Too much money, too much power. 他们也有腐败的。So actually, this is a Cistercian, C-I-S-T-E-R-C-I-A-N monastery. This is a Cistercian monastery. Cistercian. 那个是西都会 C-I-S-T-E-R-C-I-A-N. So this is a Cistercian monastery. But the rules and the ideas all basically it's still Benedictine. It's based on the Benedictines. And why, as we were saying before, this guy, St. Benedict, we'll just mention again. What happened was, he was a young guy. 1,500 years ago, he went to Rome to study. But after some time in Rome, he found the temptations were too great. 他们发现诱惑太多，他说算了，跑到山里面祈祷。So he went to the mountains. And he lived in a cave for 3 months. No, 3 years. He lived in a cave for 3 years. And every day somebody would lower, lower. 每一天有一个上面他会lower，他把他有一个绳子，他给他吃面包。And he was there for 3 years, just by himself, just eating this bread, and he lived praying, But gradually, one day he came out. And to cut a long story short, he gathered round him many like-minded people. 就是 like-minded 有人有同类的人，把他集合起来，他是同类的人。And they began the Benedictine order. And Pope Gregory, 他是格里哥的教宗 he's called Gregory the Great. Gregory the Great, he asked him to write a rule. 请他写一个规则 That's called Benedictine's Rule, R-U-L-E. And actually, these rules of St. Benedict are often used by businessmen. 不管做生意的人都很喜欢用这个规则，为什么？因为人一起的都有一样的问题的。The Benedictines, all the people have the same problems. If you have a group of people, for example, in a company, you have the director and the assistant director, you have the secretaries, and their lives are more or less the same. So if you have a group of people, they all have the same problems. You have jealousy, you have fights, you have lazy people, and you have industrial people. So he knew human nature very well. 他了解这个人的心情，他写的。如果一个人讲太多，你要小心；如果一个人太懒惰，你要想办法。So that's called the Benedictine's rule. So after St. Benedict, there were many orders also came up, but the basic idea was the Benedictine rule. So we are going to leave you now, but you can leave with the thought that Fr大学是本笃会的Fr大学是本笃会的它是从北京所以你可以看一看从1500年以前一直到全部的欧洲怕到没有那个 St. Benedict was a great guy and you are also wonderful people because you are very patient 你很有耐心听我的讲话谢谢你们感谢你